Hello, this is Liji from ProGC and I am back with yet another tutorial on statistics. In this tutorial, I'll explain what is percentiles and quartiles, how we can obtain 5 number summary. So now before going into details, just let us examine the difference between the statements given here. So in statement 1, it is written, Meena got 95 percentage in maths. And in statement 2, it is written, Meena got 95 percentile in maths. Now can you tell me what is the difference between these two statements? In one, it is telling that Meena got 95 percentage, and in one, it is telling that 95 percentile. Are these two statements same? No. Okay, so statement 1 means Meena got 95 marks out of 100. It means that if exam is on the basis of total marks is 100, Meena got 95 marks out of 100. Okay, and if it is some 20 marks also, once we convert this 20 marks to 100, 95 will be the mark this Meena got. Okay, now what is statement 2 means? Statement 2 means that Meena scored more than 95 percentage students who appeared for the exam. Okay, it doesn't indicate Meena's marks over here. So in the first statements, it indicates, it points to Meena's marks. But if you take the second statement over here, is to take this second statement over here, it tells that Meena scored more than 95 percentage students who appeared for the exam. Okay, and it doesn't indicate Meena's marks. Okay, so one is directly indicating to Meena's marks and the second is indicating to Meena's position among all the other candidates who gave the exam. So that is the main difference between percentage and percentile. So percentage is a mathematical value presented out of 100 and percentile is the percent of values below a specific value. Okay, got it. So when you say percentage, it is directly indicating to one's mark or some quantity over there. But when we say percentile, it is indicating the position of that thing among all other things. So, okay, so percentage is, it can stand alone. Okay, percentage can be standalone, like Meena's marks. If you know the Meena's marks, we can say yes, this is a percentage. But to say the percentile of Meena, you will have to take into consideration all other the marks of all other students who gave the exam. So that is a key difference between percentage and percentile. So in your exams also, when you say you got this much percentage, it is directly indicating to your marks you scored. And when you say yes, you are in 9 percentile, you are having 9 percentile, then it means that there are some 90 percentage of students who scored less than you. So that is the main difference. So how we can calculate percentile rank of heads? Okay, so suppose we have a data set, and if you want to calculate this percentile value of heads, how we can calculate? What you have to do is we have to find the number of value below heads. Okay, how many values are there below heads? We have to find that divided by n. Okay, into 100. This is the formula we can use to calculate 100. N is the total number of values. Okay, so anyway, and this percentile is again, since it is indicating position, we have to always sort the data set we have in our hand. Now this is a data set that I have which is already sorted. Now I need to find the percentile of 8 over here. Okay, so here I need to find the percentile of 8 over here, this 8. Okay, if I need to percentile of 8 over here, what I need to do? I need to find the number of values below 8. So it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So that's why I have given 9 into 100 by total values. So this is 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. We have total 20 values. Okay, so that's why I have given 9 into 100 by 20. And when we execute that, When we execute that, one second, this, and when we execute that, it is at the 45th percentile. Then value 8, the first 8 that we have over there is at the 45th percentile. Okay, now if we want to find the percentile of 3, okay, 3 is over here, right? Percentile of 3, what we do, number of values below 3 is 2, so we do 2 into 100 upon 20. Okay, so again, when we run it, we get the value as 10. So which means that the 3 is at the 10th percentile. Okay, so that is how we find the percentile value from a data set. Now, if you want to know or know some percentile, means which value is at some percentile, like if you want to know the value which is at 25th percentile or 50th percentile, then this is the formula that you have to go about with. This is the formula that you have to use for that. So here again we have a data set. Okay, we have a data set over here, so I'm just finding the length of it 20. We know that. Now if we want to find the value at 50th percentile, okay, 50th percentile, so I have substituted it in the formula. So 50 into 20, so n is 20, right? 20 plus 1 by 100. Okay, so value at 50th percentile is, value index at 50th percentile is 10.5. It means that the value that is present between 10th position and 11th position can be said as the 50th percentile value. Okay, so if we see over here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so the value which is coming between this, even we can just take an average and see. So basically it will be 8. So at 50th percentile, 50th percentile we have 8 over here. Now again, here we are finding the value at 25th percentile. Okay, so value at 25th, the index we are getting is 5.25. So index cannot be 5.25, so we just take the value after 5, value after 5, or we'll take an average of 5 and 6. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is fifth index, this is sixth index. Okay, an average of 5 and 6, we get 5 as the 25th percentile. So 5 is present. So at 25th percentile, 5 is present. Okay, so that is how we find out the value that is present at some percentile location. Okay, now if you want to do this is the mathematical calculation, or this is how you usually calculate when you are doing it manually. This I just explained this so that you will understand how it is done. But in case of Python, we need not calculate it manually. You can just use the numpy library over here again, and numpy dot percentile, np dot percentile, then you have to pass the data set that we have. Then as an array you pass the percentiles that you want to get. Okay, if you want only one percentile, you just give 25 or 50, whatever it is. But if you want to know multiple percentile values, then you have to pass it as an array or list or tuple, anything. Okay, it should be a sequence. Okay, so we got the values that we want. 5 is at the 25th percentile, 8 is at the 50th percentile, and 9 is at the 75th percentile. So this is what we found when we did manually also, right? Now coming to quartiles. Okay, what quartiles does is it divides the entire data set into 4 equal groups. Okay, so here we have a data set which is of 20 elements. So when we divide it into 4 equal groups, we have this is one group, this is the next group, this is the third group, and this is the fourth group. Okay, so basically it divides the values in the 25th percentile. 25th percentile, then medium becomes the 50th percentile, right? Medium is the middle element, so it is at the 50th percentile. That is 50% of the values will be below it and 50% of the values will be above it. So obviously median is known as the 50th percent, will be present as the 50th percentile. And then at the 75th percentile, when we divide the entire thing in that manner, then we get the quartiles. So the first quartiles is at the 25th percentage, second is at the median, and third is at the 75th percentile. And what is 25th percentile? We already found it is 50, right? And what is the at 50th percentile? We found that it is between somewhere between this thing. So it is 8. And again, what is at 75th percentile? Again, it is 9. We got it from the NumPy library, right? So this is how we divide the data set into quadriles. It is 25. We are dividing it to 4 equal parts. Of each quadrille will be having 25 percentage of the values. So first quadrille will be having 25 percentage less than it, all the values, which is 25 percentages of value will be less than first quadrille. 50 percentage of the values will be less than the second percentile, and 75 percentile of the values will be less than the 75th percentile. So that is all about quadriles. Okay, now when we come to this 5-point summary. Okay, when we have a data set, whenever we are having a data set, suppose it is a very large data set. Okay, here we had just a single dimensional data set of having 20 elements. So even if you do just look at it, you will get an idea how the data set is about, what is the minimum value, what is the maximum value, and all those things, or what exactly is the median. It is very easy for you to find out. But suppose if you have a very large data set, of say 1,000 values, and suppose you are having a multi-dimensional data set and all those things, then it won't be easy for you to get an understanding of the data set, right? In that case, we comes up with the 5-number summary. This is usually used to summarize a data set. So this 5-number summary basically consists of 5-number summary basically consists of the minimum value, the maximum value, we can mention the median, then the 25th percentile value, and then the 75th percentile value. So this is how usually we give the 5-number summary. Okay, so if you have a data set and if you arrange them in order, it is very easy to get the minimum and maximum value. Then we can find the median, then the 25th percentile value. Now we know how we can find the 25th percentile and 75th percentile, right? And in my last tutorial, I also covered how we can find the 25th percentile using another method. That is, it will divide the entire data set. So if you see over here, in order to find the 25th percentile and 50th percentile, again, there is another method. If you divide the entire data set over here using median. Okay, so here we have divided the data set over here using median. So we find the median. Then we know that 50% of the values lie above it and 50% of the values lie below it. Now, find the median of this lower 50% of value, you will get the 25th percentile or the quartile one. And find the median of the upper 50% of value, you will get the 75th percentile or quartile 3, Q3. Okay, so that is another method through which you can find Q1 and Q3, or you can use the formula out there. Okay, yes. Now coming back to 5-number summary. So how we define a data? We define it using minimum, maximum, median, 25th percentile, and 75th percentile. So if you take the pandas library itself, okay, so I am just converting data set to data frame, and let us use the describe. So describe method is used to give a summary of the data set, right? So when we use the describe itself, what all things we are getting? We are getting the count, we are getting the mean, we are getting the standard deviation, then mean value, 25th percentile, 50th percentile, 75th percentile, and max. Okay, so this is how the pandas used to describe a data set using the used to describe a data set. Now similarly, if you want to find the 5-number summary, what you can do here, what I have done is I have created a function over here, and I'm passing data to it. I'm finding the mean value. We can find it using NumPy library, right? Then I am finding the percentile. How can I find the percentile? I can ask NumPy to get me the 25th percentile, the 50th percentile, and 75th percentile. The 50th percentile obviously will become median, and the other two will become Q1 and Q3, right? Then I am finding the maths using numpy again, and I'm returning all these value over here. Okay, so let us just execute this. So I'm finding the summary of this data set over here. So I got all the details. The min value is 2, the max value is 12, the 25th percentile is 5, 75th percentile is 9, and median is 8 over here. Okay, and there is one something known as IQR, which I have covered in my previous tutorial on measures of spread also. IQR give the measure of spread, that is how much spread is there, and IQR defined as Q3 minus Q1, that is 75th percentile minus 25th percentile, you get the IQR. Okay, so here in case of our data set, the IQR is 4. So there's some points to note over here is mean and standard deviation is used to describe a Gaussian data set. Okay, and 5 number summary is used to describe any other data set. Any other data set which is doesn't fall in the Gaussian category, you mainly this median, this quartiles are based on medians, right? So measure of spread from median. So 5 number summary can be used to describe any other data set. Okay, now coming to the plots also, if you see the bots plot, I am here using the Seaborn library to do the bots plot over here. So when you plot the bots plot also, see, you can see that it is giving, this is the median. Okay, so line over here, this line over here, this indicates the median. Okay, this line whatever is given over here, this indicates the first quadrile, this indicate Q3, this indicates minimum value, and this indicates maximum value. So you in both plot also, both plot and whisker plots, this is how it summarizes a data set. Similarly, means in order to make it more interactive, let us try the both plot from Plotly over here. So when we plot it using Plotly also, yes, we got it over here. And if I hover over here, yes, I can get, see, minimum value is 2. It is telling quartile 1 is 5. The median is 8. Quartile 3 is 9. That is 75th percentile, and maximum is 12. So this is how you can define a data set using the 5 number summary. Okay, so it is used everywhere. If you see, it is used in pandas, it is used in both plot, and everywhere it is used to describe a data set. So in today's video we covered what's the difference between percentiles and percentage. Percentage is used to quantify some value with respect to by taking 100 as the base, and percentile is used to describe the position of some value among a set of data. Now, if you consider quartiles is dividing the data set into 4 equal parts, and Q1 is the 25th quartile, that is 25% of values will be below it. Q3 is the 75th quartile, which means 75% of values will be below it. And in case of 5 number summary, we usually use minimum, maximum, median, 25th percentile, and 75th percentile to describe a data set. So with this is me, Liji, signing off. I'll be back with more such tutorial videos. If you like the video, give me a feedback as comments and subscribe to the channel. Thank you all.